All right, boys and girls, Mrs. Sadowski back again. And we're coming back to Rabbit and Coyote. This will be our last time visiting this story this week. And with Rabbit and Coyote, yesterday we were really looking at the rabbit's words and actions and thoughts and what it told us about his character. Today, we're going to take a look at Coyote and see if we can come up with what the theme of this story is. You see, most fables and folk tales, they tend to have a lot of lessons in them, and those lessons are the theme. It's what you can learn from reading these stories. It's kind of that overarching, what is this really about? And in this story, we have this rabbit tricking this coyote. But really, to understand the theme, you need to understand the characters as well as what happened in the story. So as I look over here, I'm going to revisit paragraphs 4 and 5, and I want to look at what did the coyote do. I know Rabbit tricked him, but how did the coyote behave? How did he act? And I see over here that we have the coyote, of course, agreeing and holding up the rock with all his might, doing exactly what Rabbit had ordered him to do. He didn't even question the rabbit. He was like, "Oh, we need to hold up the sky. Here, let me do it for you." Okay? No questions asked. And it says, of course, meaning this was just normal behavior for Coyote. He would just do these things. If we go down a little bit farther, it says in paragraph 5, finally, Coyote gave up holding the rock. Okay? He gave up. He just could not do it anymore. And he even says, I've got to do it, even if the sky will fall. So he's still thinking that the sky might fall. He still does not realize that he's been tricked. And Coyote, not only does he leave, he ends up falling into a ravine and was lost. So I thought, when I first read the story, I thought for sure, okay, Rabbit's going to trick him, Coyote's going to figure it out, and I thought that Coyote would get mad and maybe get back at the rabbit, plot his revenge, or the fact that coyotes are bigger and stronger, maybe he'd go and he'd eat the rabbit. But that's not what happened. In this story, you have this little animal who really can very easily be eaten by a coyote. We have him playing a mean trick on the coyote and getting away with it, because it even says at the end, Rabbit was already planning another trick he could play on poor foolish Coyote. So clearly Rabbit didn't learn any lessons in this story. And it doesn't seem like the coyote learned any lessons either, because he went and got lost and now he's setting himself up for another trick to be played on him. So the lesson to be learned is not a lesson that either one of these characters learned. So we have to dig a little bit deeper and ask ourselves, what could we, the reader, learn by looking at a story like this? Well, I noticed that in this story, the rabbit is smart, seems to come up with plans and get away with it. And I noticed that the coyote, not very smart, and he gets tricked easily. And it sounds like from the story that he gets tricked quite often because of the whole, of course, and Rabbit planning another trick. Rabbit is a smaller animal, a weaker animal, not good for fighting. Coyote is larger, has these sharp teeth, should be good for fighting. So if you're doing a battle between these two characters, if you would, ultimately Coyote should win, but the rabbit is smarter. And so I think what this story is trying to show us is really that the smarter person ends up winning, or somehow your intelligence is more important than your physical strength. That's what I think this is trying to show. Maybe you will come up with another thing that you think it's trying to show. Your task today is to go through this story again. And today you're going to be taking notes about Coyote, okay? And this is all because folktales and fables often have lessons or morals in them. I mentioned that to you earlier. And that's called the theme. You get to annotate your text, so you can make notes in the text. You can refer to some of the notes that I've made here. And you're going to be looking for information about Coyote's character. that's what we were doing over here. We were looking at his character. So in this box, you're going to type up the notes that you've noticed about Coyote's character. Once you've done that, you're going to type what you think the theme of this story is. Okay, putting it in your own words. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you think, nope, there's something different. It's up to you. You make that call. At the bottom is a part A and a part B. Part A, the theme in this story suggests that, and you have 4 choices. So based on reading the story, which one of these seems to be the best theme? You're going to take the little red circle, drag it up over the answer choice you want. Then part B, choose a detail from the story that supports your answer to part A. Which of these things over here proves this here? Think this would be a lot like what here proves what you put here. It's just kind of a flip-flop of that. All right? And again, you've got the little red circle. You're just going to drag it over. So all of this will be in our assignment today in Google Classroom. Wish you the best of luck working on theme today. Should be pretty quick if you've been paying attention. And we'll see you next time. Bye, boys and girls.